Carson's Corner is a black LGBTQ-owned small business. They sell merchandise and apparel on pop culture franchises such as Dragon Ball, King of the Hill, Sailor Moon, and of course and most importantly, Power Rangers. If you're interested in getting their amazing merch, be sure to check them out at carsoncorner.com. Link will be down below.
Oh geez, oh geez, oh geez, oh geez, oh geez, oh geez, oh geez. We're at it again, like the teasing just won't stop. I mean, it's territorial at this point. But I miss the good old days back when things would happen midway of an episode instead of at the end of the episode, so that we would have to watch to the next episode. But also this season, we do notice that it's like some of the final forms are not quite complete when they first debut, as you might have noticed during the Geats 9 revelation. But it is what it is. We're going to cover that. Welcome to the Morphin Network, where it's Morphin time all the time. I'm Mike, a.k.a. TimeRider Zero, your host. I hope you're having a great Tuesday. It's a little hot here in LA. I don't know what's going on in New York or wherever else all of you lovely ladies and gentlemen are living in. But hopefully you guys are staying safe and hydrated like we always ask you to at the end of our shows. And today we are covering Kamen Rider Geats episode episode 40, Genesis 2, Tycoon Awakening. Oh man, so much to say about this episode. God, I can't even begin to discuss how much I hate certain characters in this episode. And you're welcome to talk about how much you hate them too, right here in the comments section. And remember, we're doing this live, so if you comment to us while we're live, we will display everything at the bottom of the screen. Well, not everything, but as much as we can at the bottom of the screen. So you guys are part of the show. You're part of the discussion. Let us know what you guys thought of the episode. What did you think about what little you saw of Tycoon's new form? And so on and so forth. And here we go. So what I thought about the episode is, I did notice that there is a bit of a trope where, in Geats, it's like they don't just straight up just use the final forms or upgraded forms like they used to, like midway into the episode, and they just show it, and it's like a revelation. It's like, oh, look how awesome this is. No. Instead, they just like kind of tease it at the end of the episode, and then it just goes off on a cliffhanger. And I'm like, like, do it once, that's fine. Do it like 37 times. That's getting a little bit old, but that's just my opinion. It's a little old. And I know you might say, well, technically Geats 9 form was in the middle of episode 36. Yeah, episode 38. But the thing is it though? Because the way I see it, it was first revealed in episode 37, where he had like a sort of like a demi final form, and then the next episode he had to have a reason to fully unlock its permanent form. It's kind of like Barrett Rex and then Volcano Rex, or what's another one? That's paint roller form for Kamen Rider Revice, or just literally any Berserker Kamen Rider. Let's be honest, any Berserker form in the Reiwa era, it's like you need like an episode or two for them to just transform, to complete the transformation in order to make it official. Because it's like they want to build up tension by revealing the final form at the end of the episode, so you're tuning into the next episode, but then you gotta fill out the rest of the time slot somehow. And honestly, there are better ways for them to do it. To be honest, maybe towards the end of the episode they would reveal the form, have it fight a little bit, and then have like Geats like grab an opponent. It's like, I won't let you win because this game is mine now, and then end the episode, and then you continue the fight, make an excuse to pause the fight for like midway into the next episode, and then you finish off the fight. Just put some variance into it. That's all I'm asking. Put some variation into that. And here it's like, I think I've already lamented a lot about Tycoon's final form. Like, it's like too soon, too late. And now it's like they're doing this again. And I feel like the timing is just not good. Don't get me wrong. The things that are written individually in this season are good. In fact, they are better than the way they were handled in Revise. But I don't know, something in the 30s, like in like episode like 30 to 40, or in this case, episode 32 to 42, I'm gonna guess, because I don't know how far this is gonna last. Well, definitely at least up to episode 41. Pacing was just not good. In my opinion, is the overall arc good? Yes, the overall arc is good. Is the are certain character developments good? Yes. It's just how they pace it that I have an issue with, and I still got an issue with the whole Ben and John thing. So like that is just not going to go away anytime soon. So that's just something you guys are going to have to put up with. Where we last left off. Geats and Neon were being surrounded by a group of Jimotos, and they're very parasitic. So he kills all the parasites. They turn back to human. So everything's hunky dory. Then everyone else. Keiwa and Michinaga reports to Ace saying, "You know what? We know that there's no reward, but we do want to fight too because we've encountered Kekura and Baraba." And turns out they're using the goddess of creation's powers in order to stay here. So we think they're up to no good. Also, I'm so angry that Kekura is a straight up heel. I mean, I never expected him to be a babyface, but to be a straight up heel, that still bothers me. It's like, he reminds me of Toad. Well, actually, no, like the proper translation would be Dote. From this one Russian movie, I need to show you. I need to show. Let me hold on. Let me see if I could Google it real quick. See, let me see if I could find a good image of it. Okay, so yeah, so. In the Soviet Union, there was a children's film called, translated into English, The Kingdom of Crooked Mirrors, where there's like a little girl. She encounters her reflection, who has a personality of her own, and obviously, like, their names are palindromes of each other because they're a reflection. And so there's like a kingdom inside the mirror, and like it's ruled by a group of tyrants that are anthropomorphized Toad, Snake, and Kite. A kite is a type of vulture, it's a bird of prey, whatever. And basically they rule with an iron fist by monopolizing on crooked mirrors, because what is reflected on the mirror, what distortions are recorded in the mirrors are perceived as reality. So like it's a kids movie, so don't look too deeply into it, even though some apophenic pro-Soviet people would say it is a criticism on American capitalism, but you could apophenically look deeper into it. But the point is, it's a children's movie. Anyways, so one of the three tyrants. Let me just screen share with you guys for a second. So right over here, we have two of the main villains, and one of them is a Toad, but because his name is spelled backwards, the translated name would be Dote, D-A-O-T, and yet there's Kite, or Etik, because E-T-I-K. Anyways, so Keka reminds me of this dude, and high key, yeah, like freaking Yeah, Baraba reminds me of Ekans. Yeah, yeah. Her name backwards is basically Ekans. Thank you, Pokemon. Thank you, Pokemon. You made the joke a little bit harder, but the point is, that's what Kakarot reminds me of. And Baraba. They remind me of two of the three bad guys from the Soviet children's movie. And surprisingly, they're still not the most hateable characters in this episode, or the show as a whole for that matter. And believe me, I hate Baraba, and I think a lot of you also hate Baraba pretty much. But let's be honest, even she's not the worst character here. That's speaking of unlikable characters. We do not get a return of Time Fire, but unfortunately, we do have the return of someone we enjoy a little less. Karen Fire! Yeah, why even bother? Yeah. Neon's mom shows up, and she's like, what happened to your dad is terrible, but I don't care if you're not my biological daughter. I still love you like you're my daughter. That's why I never want you to leave. I'm like, cuckoo, 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 cuckoo. If you love your daughter, you set her free. You set her free, man. It's all about peace and love. And, I get it. Your first daughter was cough, unalived, off screen, and so like Neon came into existence, but overcompensating much are we? It is what it is, man. Like I can't. I just can't with this woman. And the thing is, this could have been an opportunity to bring Ben and John back. This could have been an opportunity to bring the two of them back. They're not dead. They're not dead. Yes, it's like, yeah, their ID cores were destroyed, so like they can't become writers, and neither can Neon or Sarah. And I'm glad that in the previous episode they established the limitations of Geats' powers, so that he doesn't have the ability to revive shattered ID cores. I respect that. Good, like I respect that, but I'm gonna have to bring up Mighty Morphin Season 2 again. Richie and Curtis. I know you guys are groaning. Oh, not Richie and Curtis again. Yes, Richie and Curtis. Trini's crush and Zach's cousin. Complete civilians. Regularly hung out with the Power Rangers on their day-to-day lives. Did not know that their friends were Power Rangers. They still stuck around when the putties showed up and fought against the putties as civilians. This is Samaritanism. And you know what? Ben and John are trained fighters because, well, you'd have to be if you're like a fully trained bodyguard working for a government worker, guarding your artificial daughter for who knows how long. So, like, they could still show up, do some civilian fight scenes. Heck, Tom Constantine was the suit actor for the Void King in Power Rangers Dino Fury. Like, he has, like, it's literally his full background to be a stunt actor. You could take full advantage of him having an unmorphed fight sequence. Just like, I forgot his name. The guy who used to be the main suit actor for Kamen Rider for a real long time, and then he had like a face role in Kamen Rider Ghost. But the point is, he got a face role. He got to fight in person. Heck, the suit actor for Tycoon had a face role, and he tried to fight Michinaga. If Neon and Sarah are not dead, that means John and Ben are also not dead, which means there's no reason for them to not fight. There's no reason for them not to fight. Yeah, I said it right. So yeah, that's my rent for a minute. Meanwhile, Kekara and Baraba are visited by the new game master, and they're given these new ID cards, I guess. So it's like, how would you guys like to work for us? Well, not for us, but with us to defeat Geats. Because, like, we just want to get rid of Geats. We'll leave you alone. Just get rid of Geats. And they agree to it as long as they get their ideal laugh/suffering. I really hate these guys. They're like the villains from the Kingdom of Crooked Mirrors. Okay. I'm referencing that Soviet film a lot this episode, aren't I? And yes, as someone pointed out in the comments last time, yes, this is Daichi. I do not recognize him with his Clark Kent Jamotoization. See, like that's the thing I do. If I don't recognize someone right away, I just point it to some physical feature and say, I did not recognize him with those Clark Kent so and so. Like for example, when I watched Garth Marenghi's Dark Place, I was like, that's Matthew Berry. I did not recognize him with that Clark Kent mullet. Or like that other character from Garth Marenghi, I was like, wait, that's Moss from IT Crowd. I didn't recognize him in that Clark Kent mustache. Yeah, Clark Kent never had a mustache, but still, that's part of the gag. So yes, I did not recognize Daichi with his Clark Kent Jamotoization process. And yes, this scene is incredibly creepy because not only is he cultivating Jamoto, but he is eating Jamoto babies. I almost, like, when I was watching the episode, I almost said the phrase a Jommer Dahmer. I almost said, actually, no, Jeffrey Dahmer would have actually worked better. But that's basically what I ended up saying out loud by complete accident. And like, the thing is, I was in a public place when I was watching the episode, so people were like looking at me like, are you talking about a certain serial killer and you said his name wrong? Why are you bringing up his name out loud? Why? But yeah, this guy, I really can't stand this character. He's really annoying. I just can't. Like, I my brain is just frozen, like, looking at that image. It is painful for me to watch. But so Sarah's looking for a job. Oh, by the way, let us know what you thought about Daichi's transformation. Because I really can't stand Daichi as a character anymore. Like, I don't have this because I like Daichi. I have this because I like Sai. I miss Sai. She was the best girl. I miss her. I want her back. She was just kicked to the curb, story-wise. Makes me sad. She was best girl. She was loyal. I respect Sai. But I will never respect Daichi. He's such a jerk. And now, you know who else is a loyal best girl? Sarah, because she's being supportive of KY being a Kamen Rider, which all season she was not a big fan of him being a Kamen Rider because she wants him to be safe. I get it. Older sister wants to take care of her younger brother. So she takes on a second job. And here is where we get our Curtis and Richie moment of the episode. Like I said, Richie and Curtis, not Power Rangers, still fought putties as civilians. Sarah, not a Kamen Rider, still fought Jamoto as a civilian. And impressively, she was handling things pretty well. Until this guy shows up. I cannot possibly hate Gayamatsu as much as I hate Daichi. Shin Denkuruto Shin, like he's a troll character. He's annoying, but he's a troll character. I respect Gayamatsu, scumbag, but nowhere near as scummy as Daichi. And Sarah goes missing overnight. The dudes confront him, and guess what? He can turn into a Jamoto. Not surprising. I mean, we saw this earlier, and this episode is making my blood boil. And let's just get it over with. Punk Jack actually has a cool scene where he actually confronts the Game Master. Gets his butt kicked, though, because, the new Game Master is a little superhuman. Yeah, I'm surprised that the new Game Master didn't just simply call Punk Jack a bad boy. Because, Canis Venatici from Kamen Rider Forze. I'm not going to let go of this. Like, this is Ursa Major versus Canis Venatici. And I will milk the heck out of this. But it ends on a stalemate. Meanwhile, I love that because Jamoto are basically public now. Some riders can be public too. So just like it came out of a scene from Elephant Lead, Michinaga crosses some yellow tape and he transforms in front of the police and he starts fighting a Jamoto cocoon that showed up. And even Baraba teases him, like, hey, what happened to the invincible rider killer that you once were? I don't need to be a rider killer anymore. I got friends now. I got family. Yeah. Insert Richie Rich reference here. And we get some more teasing, and Daichi says, it's probably too late for you guys by now. I've already beaten you. I don't have to beat you in a fight. I just have to beat you. And what does that mean? Well, Keiwa runs over. Well, it is revealed that's phase 1 of Jamoto parasitism. A person, if a Jamoto is killed, they revert back into a human. Phase 2, they become a Jamoto permanently. So Keiwa runs over to Michinaga, and just as Michinaga destroys the Jamoto that hatched from the cocoon, it is revealed that it was Sarah all along. Buffa killed Keiwa's sister right in front of him. And these two guys, I swear, Rule of 3, yes, they're like Ekans and Dote. I am so mad at these two characters, and yet somehow I still don't hate them as much as Daichi. It's perplexing, I know, but this is the situation that we are in, and there's no escaping it. Keiwa laments that his sister's gone. He even takes out his anger a little bit on Michinaga. But Tsurume tries to pray for Keiwa's pain to go away, but in the end, standing by Keiwa's side is a mysterious figure in black. And that figure is Tycoon. And that's the end of the episode. Let us know what you thought about the episode. Did you like it? Did you hate it? What do you think is going to happen next, aside from like the official reveal of of Keiwa's final form? Okay. So, it's become very apparent to me that in this arc, the word Genesis refers to multiple things, as the arc in previous arcs had multiple meanings, like the word stratagem or the word divergence. But Genesis means two things here clearly, because one, it's the creation of the new world that Geats has created, but it's also the birth of a new breed of Jimoto. And just because Archimendel is gone, it doesn't mean that Daichi won't be around to pick up the ashes and refertilize a new generation of Jimoto. I still take issue with the pacing in terms of like how long it took to reveal Keiwa's final form. I already went over that in great detail. I feel like, if anything, just showing that form should have just waited till the next episode, and he just like spends the whole episode fermenting, no pun intended. As for, like, I mean, again, would have made sense to just make it in the previous arc before Geats becomes Geats 9, or they should have waited much longer because, again, timing. It's both too late or too soon. It's too late for the previous arc, too soon for this arc. And I'm just tired of the whole waiting 2 episodes for the big reveal. Heck, even Digimon handled this a little bit better, where they show the transformation midway, but they don't fully reveal the final forms until like the next episode. But they stay in that final form for the duration of the episode. And yes, I'm talking about the Venomyotismon episode, or Venovamdemon if you prefer the Japanese name. But the thing is, or even the Magnumon reveal in Digimon 02, or Gallantmon/Dukemon in Tamers. You guys get the point. It's the timing in which they reveal the new form that affect the pacing of the episode before and after. And I'm really concerned. It's like at this point, it's like they may as well just cut the arc short, finish it in like they could practically finish this arc in like the next episode and just call it Genesis F, like right here, episode 41. Make it the second shortest arc, because at this point, it's like Keiwa's out. The main villain of the arc is clearly Daichi. We could kill him off in like one episode, because I know that Keiwa is on a blood path. Yeah, no, war path. He's out for blood. So there's like no reason to make it more than 41 or 42 episodes. I know they will, and I wouldn't be surprised if there's 2 more arcs after this. Like they would finish Genesis at episode 44, then do one more arc that's only 5 episodes, and then finish with one final episode where it's like there's only just the one episode in that final arc. Just like how a Daybreak. Not gonna lie though, if they decide to call it Daybreak, if they decide to call the final episode Daybreak 1, that's gonna be some corny nonsense right there. That'll be very corny if they did. I hope they don't go with that, though they very well could, just to symbolize the whole cycle of the universe thing. Because, the first episode is called Daybreak Final. So if the final episode is called Daybreak 1, it's like, yeah, you're trying to do a cycle thing, but that is just darn corny. I'm just super angry at Daichi at this point, and it doesn't help that Kekara, I knew he was not going to be a babyface, but it still bothers me that how far he's willing to go to get his ideal laugh. Also, he needs to define what he means by laugh, because he seemed like he was like trying to turn Tycoon into Midoriya, but let's give this episode a 7 honestly have to give this episode 7. Like, this is honestly probably my second to least favorite episode of Kamen Rider Geats. Like, that's a shame too. We do get some good stunt sequences in the initial and final fight in this episode, and it had a lot of things I liked in it, but the things I hated just overshadowed so horribly. It's like when we discussed Kamen Rider Black Sun, where episode 7 had a lot of good themes, but because of this one scene towards the end of the episode, it just ruined the entire episode. No matter how great the merits were in the first 30 minutes of it, if it's a 40-minute episode, I can't remember how long the episodes were. What do you guys think? What do you guys think of the episode? Let's go to the comments right now. Triple XYZ said this episode was crazy. Yes. It makes me want to, dare I say, lament. But also total downer. Yes, it is a downer of an episode. Like, I've never felt so sick watching an episode of Kamen Rider Geats. 8 out of 10. Well, you liked it more than I did. So props to you. Psycho Orange. Hello, Psycho Orange. How you doing? Daichi is so darn detestable. Well, you spelled detestable wrong, but I'll let it slide. Yes, I cannot stand Daichi, and neither should you guys. Worst character ever. Well, I wouldn't say he's the worst character ever. He's the worst character this episode. No, not this episode. This season. Daichi's the worst character this season. And maybe the actor is a decent actor. We're going to respect him as a person. But as far as the character he portrays, I'm hot take. I dislike Daichi more than Hercules. There, I said it. Daichi's worse than Hercules. I regret nothing. Well, that's it for this review of Kamen Rider Geats episode 40, Genesis 2, Tycoon's Awakening. If you enjoy watching this review, because I did not enjoy doing this review based on the score I gave this episode, be sure to comment, like, and subscribe to us on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Be sure to ding the bell icon to stay notified of our latest videos. We are going to do Osama Sentai King Oger on Thursday at 7:15 p.m. Pacific, 10:15 Eastern. And we're going to do episode 41 of Geats next Tuesday, same time, same channel. Yeah, and be sure to check out our past episodes of Geats, King Oger, Dawn Brothers, Revice, and so on. And yeah, we also have a few interviews uploaded from Morphicon, and we're gonna record some more at Japan World Heroes. Be sure to go to Japan. Be sure to go to Japan World Heroes at Burbank. We will see you guys there. And also, anyone that was at Ranger Stop this weekend, I hope you guys had a great time there, because I know a lot of awesome Power Ranger actors were there this year. And if you missed Ranger Stop, if you missed Ranger Stop this weekend, there's always Ranger Stop and Pop in Orlando, Florida in November. So with that said, guys, yeah, that's pretty much it. And also be sure to check out our sister channel, The Buttery Show, where we do movie reviews and video game news. We recently did the 1993 Super Mario Brothers movies. Definitely check out our review of that movie. And sometime later this week or weekend, we're going to finish off Video Game Movie Month with the new Super Mario Brothers movie, the one from 30 years later. So let's see how far we've come. We'll see how far we've went. And with that said, guys, be sure to comment, like, and subscribe to that channel. And if you want to find my personal content, be sure to follow me on Instagram at Boken_Kabuto and on Twitch at twitch.tv/BokenKabuto. And with that said, guys, Have a great rest of your week. Stay safe, stay hydrated, update your emergency kits, hug your loved ones, wear weather appropriate attire because here it's hot. And yeah, we'll see you guys later. Bye. Peace out.